The cursor blinks. It always blinks. 3 in the morning, and the blue light of your monitor is the only sun you've ever needed. You are 17 years old, and you are the most dangerous person in this apartment. Nobody knows that yet. Your bedroom smells like cold coffee and Ethernet cable. There are no posters on the walls. You took them down because you needed to think. Pinned in their place, network maps, handwritten in red marker, topology diagrams, IP ranges for systems that have no idea you exist. Your mother thinks you're doing homework. You are, in a way, just not for any school that would take you. You didn't choose this brain. You were born with it the way other kids are born with perfect pitch, able to hear the music inside locked systems, the rhythms and gaps, the silences that mean doors. You just learned, early, that every door opens. The first thing you ever broke into was your school's grading portal. Not to change grades. You had straight A's. You broke in because the login page had a SQL injection vulnerability so obvious it embarrassed you on behalf of the adult who built it. You wrote them an email explaining the flaw. You signed it with your real name. They suspended you for 5 days. No one fixed the vulnerability. That is the moment you understand the rule. The system does not want to be corrected. It wants to be obeyed. You are not good at obeying. The forms find you before you find them. A private IRC channel. Handles only. No real names, no photos, no geography. Just minds. For the first time in your life, you are not the smartest person in the room. The feeling is so unfamiliar, it takes you a week to identify it.
Relief. These people speak your language. They share exploits the way other teenagers share playlists. They argue about elegance. They have opinions about code the way critics have opinions about sentences. You are home. Then someone posts a job. It's simple, clean. A financial firm in Frankfurt, mid-size, no one you've heard of, running legacy infrastructure with a known CVE that was patched in 2019. They just never applied the patch. The job is to enter, extract a specific file, leave no trace. The payout is sent in Monero. It converts to enough money to pay 6 months of your mother's rent. You know she's behind. You know because you saw the notice on the kitchen table and turned it face down before she could see you see it. You sit with the job listing for 4 hours. You eat cereal. You walk to the window and watch a cab idle under a yellow streetlight. You go back to your desk. You take the job. It takes you 40 minutes. The elegance of it almost makes you feel proud before the guilt arrives. Slow, thick, like water rising through floorboards. You close the laptop. You transfer the rent money into an envelope and leave it on the counter before your mother wakes up. She thinks you've been doing freelance web design. You never correct her. That was the first step. Each one after is smaller. That's the architecture of descent. The steps don't get bigger. You get smaller. Calibrated, by increment, to a life that would have horrified the 17-year-old who thought exposing a school security flaw was a civic duty. Now, you are 23. You are in a different apartment, different city, different name.
Technically, you haven't used your real one online in 4 years. The coffee is better now. The monitors are 4 instead of 1. The network maps on the wall are digital, color-coded, and cover systems on 6 continents. The jobs have changed too. A hospital in Ohio. You told yourself you'd never touch healthcare. Then someone explained the money, and more importantly, explained that the hospital's parent corporation had just paid $40 million in executive bonuses while closing the pediatric ward. You decided the math was different. You extracted the data. A union used it to force arbitration. You told yourself that one was justice. You're not sure anymore. The moment you understand you've crossed a line you cannot walk back appears on a Tuesday, which seems wrong. Crossing a line you cannot walk back should happen on a stormy night, with thunder, with something cinematic. Instead, Tuesday, overcast, you're eating a sandwich. The notification comes through a dead drop, a new client. The target is a government contractor, defense logistics, supply chain data. The payout isn't a number that has too many digits. You stare at the brief. You start to see the shape of what this data would do in certain hands, who it would move through, where it would land. You close the brief, but you don't report it. And someone else on the channel takes the job. You eat the rest of the sandwich. In action, you will learn, is also a choice. A clean pair of hands is sometimes just hands that watched. Now every intelligence agency with a 3-letter name has a file with your handle in it. Interpol, NSA, GCHQ. You have read some of these files. Not a brag.
They describe you as a threat, a ghost, a weapon without a state. They are not entirely wrong. But the files don't mention the rent envelope, the union arbitration, the night you found a 0 day in a children's hospital's record system and quietly patched it yourself and told no one, took nothing, disappeared. The files describe what you did. They have no language for why. We build systems that reward obedience and punish curiosity. We leave the doors unlocked and criminalize those who notice. We call it security when we mean compliance. Every ghost in every network was once a child who sent a polite email and got suspended for it. The most wanted person in the world is almost always just the one who looked too closely at what the world preferred to keep dark. The crime was never the breaking in. The crime was learning what was there.